Good morning. I'm Manoj Kumar, Assistant Professor of English, Nandan Sanskrit College, Isahpur, Madhubani. It's a constant unit of Kameswar Singh Sanskrit University, Darbhanga. Today, we are going to discuss the imperative sentences. The topic is important for degree students. First of all, try to understand the form of the imperative. The imperative is the base form of the verb, exemplification, wait, answer. For an example, wait a moment please, answer all the questions. The negative is do not or don't plus base form. For example, do not remove this book from the library. Don't make so much fuss. For emphasis, we use do plus base form. For example, do be careful. The basic use of the imperative is to tell someone what to do. Well, try to understand the rule, it's very important. The basic use of the imperative is to tell someone what to do. But this use is too abrupt in many situations. And there are more polite ways of telling people what to do. To be very polite, when asking a favor, we need to use a longer formula. For example, would you be so kind as to move into the other room, please? Well, try to understand the sentence. Would you be so kind as to move into the other room, please? Here, would you be so kind? It's another form of expressing request. I wonder if you'd mind dealing with the matter for me. In the sentence, I wonder if you'd mind expresses request. In most situations, we use a question form. For example, would you mind giving me a lift? Could you sign here, please? One thing, it is always worth taking the trouble to put your request into a question form. Means, whenever we are trying to make a request, it would be nice, it would be polite if we make our request or express our request in interrogative. It would not be polite to say simply, give me a lift. If you say, just compare. If you say, give me a lift, or would you mind giving me a lift? In these two sentences, the former one is the formal sentence. Even people in authority often use a polite formula rather than an imperative. For example, can you get your books out, please? I want you to just keep still a moment. You mustn't spend too long on it. I'd like you to move closer together. Would you like to come this way? These are some of the sentences people use in authority to make a polite request. The imperative is also used in these contexts. Well, try to understand. The imperative is also used in these contexts. First, slogans or advertisements. For slogans and advertisements, we use the imperative. For example, save the planet, visit the historical city Bodh Gaya. Warnings and reminders. For warning and reminders, we use imperative. For example, look out, there is a car coming. Don't forget your key. Well, third, for instructions and directions, we use imperative. For example, select a document from the menu. Turn left at the lights. For expressing informal offer and invitations, we use imperative. For example, have a biscuit, come to lunch. For expressing good wishes, we use imperative sentences like have a nice holiday, enjoy yourself. Now we'll try to understand imperative plus question tag is also expressive of request. We can use a positive tag after a positive imperative. For example, come here. Will you, would you, can you, could you? The tag makes the imperative less abrupt. Well, can't you, it's an imperative tag, question tag, can't you, after an imperative expresses annoyance or impatience. For example, keep still, can't you, means if you say can't you, it expresses your annoyance or impatience. In warnings and reminders, the tag is won't you, after a positive imperative, and will you after a negative. For example, drive carefully, won't you? Don't forget your key, will you? Here, drive carefully, it's positive imperative, it takes won't you. Don't forget your key. It's negative imperative. It takes will you. In this way, today we have become acquainted with some basic formula for making or using imperative sentences in English. That's all for now. Thank you.